Hi, in this video, we're going to give you a quick demonstration of the Windows PowerToys Workspaces feature. So this could be used to configure custom workspaces, with specific apps and window positions. And then that way you could save it. And then when you want to launch everything, you could just open that workspace and have everything brought back to the way it was. So this is not absolutely perfect. So it's not going to restore everything. For example, you can do some customization. So if you want to open a specific document, you could add some arguments, but it's not going to restore everything exactly the way it was when it comes to, what types of documents you had open or what exactly maybe you were working on in PowerShell. It'll just open up that window and then you'll be starting over again. All right, so this also works well with FancyZones for window snapping and column layout and that type of thing, but we're just going to be showing you the basic workspaces feature. And then if you have dual monitors, it will help you out with that as well. All right, so I have two already configured here. So I'll show you these and then we'll all make our own. All right, so if you go to PowerToys here, you could find it under the windowing and layout. You can see FancyZones is right there. And then if you click on this, it'll open the editor, which I already have open here. So I have two configured. So I have one for weekdays and one for the weekend. And you can see what I have in each one. I have 9 apps here and 8 here. And I even had the Windows Settings app open here. And I even had PowerToys open when I saved the workspace. So those are going to open with it as well. And you can see I did the same thing here. All right, so let's kind of minimize this here. All right, so let's go down to our shortcuts. So if you don't want to open up your workspace editor and launch it from here, you could just launch it from your shortcut. All right, so I don't have anything open except for a Chrome window here and PowerToys. So let's say I'm going to open my Weekday workspace here. Just double click it. All right, so you can see it gives you a list of what it's opening here, then starts to open it just like I left off. All right, so I'm recording at a low resolution here, so everything's kind of large on the screen, but I have my Outlook open here, so let's minimize that. I have this Word document here, so this one did open to a particular document, and I'll show you how I did that in a second. So I have this browser open here, command prompt. I have another browser open here, which is kind of off the screen, calculator, and so on. All right, so let's say I close some of the things. Let's say I close my to-do list. I open another tab in the terminal here. I bring my calculator up from being minimized, and then I'll close my Word document. All right, so let's say now I launch it again. See how it kind of rearranges things back the way they were. So I have my Word document open here to the same document. This moved back here, this moved here. I have my one browser off the screen and the other one here. Now let's say I maximize Outlook. Outlook is a little weird when it comes to workspaces. It doesn't like to behave properly sometimes. So let's say you minimized it, then you opened your workspace. It might pull it up maximized. So keep that in mind when it comes to Outlook. And let's say I open another tab here. I change this to red. I saved it and then closed it. And let's say I closed both these edge windows. Then run it again. So you can see we have our document back. We have our edge windows back. This stayed the same because it just relaunches Notepad. It's not going to keep it in the same state. And you can see here we have two tabs here because it's not going to change anything when it comes to what you have in the PowerShell window or how many tabs you have open. All right, so regarding this Word document, I'll show you what I did for that. So if I go back here and I edit it, you can see here for Word, if you click this down arrow, you could add an argument for CLI. And all I had to do for this was just put in the path to the document in quotes because they're spaces. And then you could also launch it as admin from here as well and actually change the window position if you want to really customize it. So there are different command line arguments for different types of apps. So you might want to do a little research on that if you think it's something you want to do here. All right, so now I have my weekend one here. So if I were to launch this now, watch what happens. It doesn't close my weekday workspace, it just launches it on top of it. So keep that in mind. It's not going to swap it out. It's just going to add to it. So what I would have to do is, let's say I'm done working here. I close everything out. And now I want to get ready for the weekend. I could come here, click my weekend workspace. So I have my web browser, media player, my games, the weather, and it's all open, ready to go. But once again, recording at a low resolution, so it just kind of bunches everything on the screen here. All right, so now if I go back to my workspaces here, find the weekend one, click on the three dots here, edit, click on launch and edit. It's going to launch that workspace again. And now I can make my changes. So let's say I wanted to have everything minimized when I launched it. And now I could capture. I could save it. All right, so now let's kind of bring everything back up here. Relaunch it. You can see it minimizes it back down there because that's the last saved state for those application positions. All right, so if you want to make a new one, you could click on Create Workspace. It's going to give you this window here. So right now it's set to capture everything. So let's say I want to have Excel open. Command prompt. But I want to have it small in the corner here. I want Excel down in this corner here, small. File Explorer open. I'll put it on pictures, and we'll see what happens when we save it like that. And let's even try to open the recycle bin, for example. Put this down here, like that. Let's close everything else so we don't capture all these as well. Make sure you have anything that you don't want in your workspace closed because it's going to reopen it. So we don't need the calculator, we don't need this weather. All right, we'll capture. Call this test. Save it. All right, so now let's close everything out here. One thing I forgot to do if I go back to edit here was create a desktop shortcut and click on Move Windows. If you don't check the box for Move Existing Windows, it's not going to rearrange them. So let's save this. All right, let's try it out here. All right, so you could see when it came to File Explorer, since we had two of them open, we had the regular File Explorer window and the recycle bin. That counts as two windows there. So it only opened the one. So PowerShell worked in the corner. This worked in the corner. Let's say we move this here, we move this here, like so. Launch it again. You can see it put everything back. And you can see it kept PowerToys open as well because I saved the workspace with that open. And then if I come back here, I could remove it if I don't want to keep it anymore, edit it, make some more, and so on. All right, so as you can see, this could come in handy if you have, different types of work environments, something for home, something for work, something for the weekend, and you want to have all these apps remembered rather than having to launch everything at once. Just the one downside is if you have existing things open, then you launch a workspace, it's going to launch the other apps on top of it, so it might get kind of messy. All right, so I just wanted to give you the quick overview of the PowerToys Workspaces. So I'll put a link in the description where you could download PowerToys, and then you could check out some of the other tools as well, because there are a lot of nice tools that come with PowerToys besides this, and then you can see how you like it. All right, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe.